Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We are a little bit late. We're a little bit later than last week. I will promise, I promise to my constituents and to my co-hosts here, we are back to regularly scheduled programming next week. Travel, illness, depression about my football teams has led to us being late. But folks, it's Igor and Big Head. Both of us are here this week per usual. Tea time, T-Dub in the house. He's shirtless, he's sunburnt, he's a little bit wasted potentially, a little bit swifty.
Having a good time. It's Friday.
Yeah, but that's all we're doing here. We're just having a good time. But folks, this episode is going to be more of a box checker. We're going to run through everything. I'm sure we'll go on some tangents, but the goal is to keep this one a little bit shorter, make it a little bit easier to get through, because then you're going to get done with this one, and we're going to have another pod dropping, and I need to silence my phone, and I did. So, folks, again, this episode for the third week in a row is brought to you by Tipton Tree Company. You know the drill. If you need shitty service, poor customer service, probably some damage to your property, give them a call, okay? Just give Tipton Tree Company a call, folks. Sponsored by them. Thank you for being such a great sponsor. Rhino, what are we getting into this week?
Yeah, man. Well, good to be here on a Friday, actually. Honestly, I don't know. I think I like it more than a Tuesday, but the drinks can flow a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit smoother.
Yeah.
But we'll keep it a Tuesday.
We will.
We got college football going on tomorrow, so we'll keep it real quick on the college football. Not really anything too big in week 4. We sort of talked about how it was sort of a sleepy week, but the orgy in the big house, Michigan got their first win.
My dog Orgy.
Andrew manifested that, so
My dog
shout
Orgy.
out to Orgy. Also, too, what's with Dave Portnoy? He's like, I'm going to pay millions of dollars for the best quarterback in the transfer portal. I don't know. Have y'all kept up with that or no?
It sounds illegal, but I think it's legal.
It is legal, but
It's completely legal because Nike owner, is it Phil? What is his name? Phil Knight?
Phil Knight.
I really should know that. Yeah.
Phil Knight, yep.
He said at the beginning of the season that he would put as much money up for the University of Oregon to win a national title before he dies.
Yep.
So
yeah,
it
It's
sounds like
honestly-
it's fair game.
it's nuts. And I think if Michigan had a competent quarterback, we're probably looking at them winning the whole thing again. But other than that, like their defense is still insane.
I have to
I sort
butt
of
in.
tuned out.
Sorry to cut you off right now. I have to butt in and just say, I felt like absolute dog ass all week, like terrible, like as sick as I've been in a long time. But I feel at home. As soon as the boys get to yapping and the cameras come on, my dopamine levels are rising right now. So I'm sorry, I just had to cut in there and say that. What a program we have here.
He's healing as we speak.
Well, I just hit the jug box. What is it, Tyler?
Z-Pack.
The Z-Pack. I just got the Z-Pack from the podcast, and I love it. Sorry.
COVID got him.
Yeah, I need a
So
lot of
getting
Trump
into
out
the
of you.
games tomorrow, honestly, the one I care about, and I'm sure everyone's talking about, is the Georgia versus Bama.
Yep.
We're lucky to get that during the season. Finally, we've always had to wait for the SEC championship. I didn't think Georgia was super great where they left off, but they haven't won it, like they haven't lost a regular season game in like 2 years,
Right.
or something crazy like that.
They
So,
also have not beat Alabama in 9 games.
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
So
that's interesting.
it's there's some stats flying around on that. We got Illinois versus Penn State, 19-9 matchup. They said it's not their whiteout, but it's going to have whiteout energy because apparently there's some going on with NIL where they can only have one whiteout a year. But yeah, so no one really knows
White
what's
out
going
energy.
on with
Sounds
that.
kind of gay.
Yeah.
A little bit gay.
It's
I
messed
don't know.
up. It's messed up. And then
Is that legal to say on air?
Gay or white out?
Yeah.
Because it's either gay or it's racist. I don't know. We'll just push forward now.
Gotta watch out there.
Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it.
And then to
all the gays,
Louisville
all the whites
versus
coming into town. Sorry.
Louisville versus Notre Dame. I don't really care about that. I think Notre Dame sucks. So
yeah. I mean, looking through the matchups, I kept my locks of the week to the top 25 games this week, which we'll get into, and because I'm not like you, Rhino. Tyler. Wait. Pause. So I'm gonna try and do like a little cinematic recap in the YouTube edit of the Buffalo trip. But one of the, I forget if that, honestly, I'm so brain dead. I forget if it was this past week. Yeah, you were on for the first time last week. The James Madison call saying that, who did you say they were going to be the new version of?
They were the Boise State of our childhood.
Yes. So that call was absolutely phenomenal, by the way. All of the boys that were in Buffalo that listened to the show were like stunned by that. So congratulations and impressive call from you. The reason I say that, Rhino, is because
I knew it.
Yeah, you do. The reason I say that, Rhino, is because I'm not like you or Tyler. I don't have the savviness to go to these, JMU versus Nevada State games and be confident about a pick. I don't think. I'm more of a top 25 guy. That's where I feel comfortable. So I just wanted to say that. Shout out Tyler. Shout out Rhino. Carry on.
No, I flicked that one on. The points in that game was freaking insane.
It was.
But JMU's legit. They're
James
good.
Madison's quarterback is as legit as it gets.
This is true.
It's pretty
He's
insane.
a big deal.
But yeah, there's not much time before college football, and none of you are going to listen to this before the slate this week.
That is true.
So let's give our locks that won't hit right now.
Yeah,
so
let's go.
Andrew, if you want to kick us off with your locks for this week.
Yeah, sure. So we're going to skim through the recap. Rhino, did you update the over? Yeah, you did. You updated the overall standing.
I'm not sure.
The overall record, because originally you had.
Yeah,
you did. Okay, cool. So I'm standing at a cool 4-8. For the season so far. Reverse jinxed Cal. Plus 2.5. Obviously the Noles won. West Virginia, Kansas didn't cover that last week. But I do have to shout out myself. I had Clemson cover in 20.5 against NC State. I got shat on for that, and they covered by a Western Texas country mile. So went 1-2 last week. This week I have Oklahoma at Auburn. It's an even line right now. It's the first game all season that I have seen that the spread is even. So it's a pick 'em. I've got Auburn money line. I originally picked Oklahoma here, and then I did some digging, Rhino, and as of late, I'm kind of hot on fading first-time starting freshman quarterbacks, and that's what Oklahoma has this week.
So I'll hop in on that real quick.
Sure.
I have that actually as one of my locks.
Auburn.
Auburn, yeah. So Auburn has had nothing going for them this entire season. They're due for a win. They have it at home.
Yep.
I actually like this pick. Probably it's one of my favorite this weekend. Basically, Oklahoma, they don't have a single starting receiver playing in this game. They have a defensive back that is taking wide receiver snaps during this game.
Hell yeah.
Because of the injury
good
report.
insight.
Yeah. No, it's insane. They also too, they're not set on their quarterback. They're having a bunch of quarterback issues. And then also too, I wasn't a big fan of the Auburn quarterback. So basically the starting Auburn quarterback, they sat him last week towards the end, and the backup looked like ass.
Yeah.
So Auburn's going back to the quarterback they originally had. And he's a stud. Honestly, I don't think with the injuries that Oklahoma have, they're not going to be able to compete, especially with the backups, with the talent that Auburn does have on that side of the ball. I think they get out. The talent's just better in this game for Auburn, and they're going to exploit Oklahoma. I love to pick them. If we could get Auburn points, but Auburn's going to be favorites come tomorrow. So I actually love that pick by you. So.
Nice.
Listen, folks, these are losers talking. These are losers giving you picks.
I don't know shit, though.
I'm a winner. I'm a proven winner.
This is true.
I hate it. I like the insight. I think it's great. If Auburn wins that game, I would actually be very surprised if Auburn wins that game. Props to both of you if it happens.
Let it be known.
They lost to Cal, and Cal is hot ass.
I agree.
After losing to Florida State.
And Tyler, I literally typed out Oklahoma money line on the spreadsheet. And then I went and did some research, and all I needed to see was freshman quarterback starting for Oklahoma, true freshman quarterback at that. I'm taking Auburn money line. Moving forward, Georgia at Alabama. I mean, this is toss it up in the air. Georgia's totally due to beat Alabama. DeBoer's, inaugural season. There's no better time for it to happen. Let's go Georgia, -1 against Alabama. And quick caveat, if Auburn loses to Oklahoma at home, I think the wheels are falling off. So that's kind of another layer to that pick. So Auburn over Oklahoma, Georgia -1 against Alabama. And then I figure why not ride the hot, ACC team against a newcomer to the ACC. I've got Clemson covering 22 against Stanford. Make fun of that pick all you want, folks. I look back at Stanford's last 2 seasons. They have been beat by more than 3 scores almost half the games they have played. It's insane. I'm sorry, half the games they've lost. It's insane how many times they get blown out. Clemson is really hot right now. I have them beating Stanford handedly at home this week. So that's Auburn, money line essentially over Oklahoma. Alabama, money line essentially over Georgia. Clemson covering 22 at home against Stanford.
Great bets.
Thank you.
I love it.
Besides Auburn.
Fair enough.
Tyler, you got anything this week or no? You got
you know what really caught my eye this week? The Big Ten. I don't know why,
right.
But I felt like it was
I think
a good
I
week
know
to
where
bet.
you're going.
I think Minnesota, the Golden Gophers, money line. I think they beat Michigan this week.
See, I like that until I bet them last week and y'all shit on me for that, and then they got curb stomped by Iowa. So I'm out on Minnesota.
Well, Iowa is just historically known for only playing defense, and Michigan has a really good defense, but Michigan's low key terrible. Terrible. Yeah, USC is not a good win. USC is bad.
Now, are they dogs this week, Tyler?
Who?
Your
Minnesota?
pick?
What do you mean? Yeah.
They're dogs.
they're dogs.
Okay, I was just making sure because you're taking money line there.
Yeah.
Okay.
They win that game.
Okay.
Straight up.
Cool.
I think they win the game in the second half.
All right.
Especially because that orgy kid stinks. I also took Wisconsin money line. I think they beat the Trojans this week. I think USC is on their downslope this season. USC hasn't impressed me in the past 22 years of my life, so I'm gonna stick with Wisconsin there. I don't know. These picks they're really far along here. I don't think a lot of people are gonna like these. I'm taking Michigan State plus 23.5. Cover the spread against Ohio State. Ohio State has not impressed me. They played nobody. They play Akron, Kent State week after week. It's so boring to watch. How are people Ohio State fans? I don't get it. They look forward to one game all year, and it's Michigan, and they usually lose at this point. So I'm done talking about them, but I have a true hate for Ohio State. Alabama money line or Alabama +1 took the spread. I think it's better odds. That's why I took it.
There you go. I like it. Make sure you write those down so you can keep track. I think you went. I forget what you did last
We got
week.
it on there.
Yeah.
2 for 3.
You're just under 500, I believe.
I'll talk about my last week too if you guys want me to bring that up. But Alabama spread, they have not lost to the Dogs in 9 times they've played them. And, this is a big test for Alabama's new coach for sure. It's his first, real test. But I don't think the Dogs can get it done in Bryant-Denny Stadium. I also took Illinois money line against Penn State. Penn State has not impressed me. I'm still a little delirious about Penn State for how they played against Bowling Green. They played terrible. Their offense sucks. James Franklin sucks. No one knows how he has a job still. Penn State looks forward to playing in a New Year's Six Bowl and just losing. James Franklin is the Dan Mullen of the Big Ten. That's my take
Wow.
there.
You have a vendetta against James Franklin, and I don't hate it.
I hate James Franklin.
Being a
because I'm
PA
like
boy,
low
too.
key I'm a Penn State guy.
I know.
Low key. I love Penn State. We are, but I think they lose this week. They're chalked. But,
There's value there. That spread is like 20. Something
which
crazy
is
like
unreal. Like I get it. It's like you said earlier. I guess it's their
that
in quotes whiteout
that. Whiteout
game.
energy.
That is so
But
dumb.
I don't
Dang
know
it.
the history on the past like 2 or 3 years, but I'm pretty sure like Penn State's lost like their last 3 whiteouts.
I believe it. I do.
Yeah.
I think they
I
got
don't know.
smoked by a terrible national championship Michigan team. Terrible. Florida State would have won that game. I think I don't know. They lose to like Ohio State. I hate Ohio State. I don't need to talk about Ohio State, but. Yeah, that's what I got this week for college football. Hammer it. You know I'm a winner. I have good bets. I'm here to make you guys money, not lose you guys money like Andrew and Rhino. So
I love it. I love it.
Boom.
Well, there you go.
Shout out T Worth there.
Yep.
I got Auburn beating Oklahoma for the reasoning that I said earlier. The other one that I like a lot is BYU at Baylor. BYU, I'm taking them plus 3.5. Baylor barely beat a bad Colorado team. BYU's defense is legit. I think they're going to go in there. There's also a lot of questions around the quarterback for Baylor. I think that BYU is good. I think they're gonna do pretty well.
Rhino, I do have a question about the BYU game because
Yeah.
I'm seeing that BYU spread is plus 3.5.
All right, did it move?
They're a ranked team, no?
Yeah, 22. So
It's a little confusing on why their spread is.
yeah, it's one of those things that's weird. Also, like the Illinois Penn State game, the spread is minus 17.5, and 75% of the money is on on Illinois to cover. So there's something fishy going on there.
Possibly injuries.
Yeah, they know something we don't.
Yeah.
And then the last one I'm going with is Arkansas at Texas A&M. I'm taking Arkansas plus 5.5. They've been my moneymakers all season.
Yep.
They should be undefeated. They lost in overtime against Oklahoma State. And that was Oklahoma State was a ranked good team then too. So I think Arkansas is good. There's a lot of questions with Texas A&M. They don't know what quarterback they're starting yet. I think they're staying with Wegman right now. And if that's the case, I love this pick. But if they go with their backup quarterback, he's a little bit more he runs the ball. It opens up the field a little bit more, so that's where I would get a little hesitant. But I think 5.5 points is generous on that one. And then the other one I'm going to throw in there, I know we're only doing 3, but if any of the lines move, I sort of like Louisville to cover 7 points against Notre Dame.
Well, no. Let me just say, I mean, we have traditionally done 3 picks per league, right?
Yeah.
But you can do, I guess, technically as many as you want. The only issue is the more you lose, the worse
This is
your.
mine that I'm throwing in if the lines change. If any of my original picks, the lines change, I'm throwing this one in there. Louisville's got that damn 7th-year quarterback, and their linebackers are good. They're going to get downhill on Notre Dame's rush attack. I think this is one. I don't think Louisville's going to win it outright, but I do. 7 points is a lot. I think this is Notre Dame will win by like a field goal. So if any of my other ones, the lines change, this is something you can look into as well. So.
All right. Well, it's going on the record, Rhino. You said it on the record.
Yeah,
it's going on your record, son. Okay.
I feel like that was a closet bet that he had hidden,
Yep.
and he felt bad about it.
It is. He's starting to get a little bit remorseful.
The pressure was there.
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely on the ball.
So moving into the Noles talk. How about the Noles? First win.
I mean,
I didn't even have fun watching that game.
No, so quick.
I agree.
Quick,
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
quick.
I'm still impressed with nobody.
Nope.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Nobody impresses me. DJ had that one ball that was like mediocre. It was a touchdown. But
You know
guess
what?
what? 4 weeks too late.
Did you know what just like pisses me off? I went on a deep like dumpster dive after my weekend with Jags and Noles football. I was watching DJ highlights when he played at Oregon State last year. He wasn't that bad.
But you also have to consider how poor Pac-12 defense is.
Yeah.
But I came across some like crazy stat. I know you can't quote me on this though. He has one of the most times in the ACC. Like he has the most pocket presence. Like we protect him pretty well, and he's just making bonehead mistakes. Like he's not comfortable. He moves like molasses, and like I felt like he just wasn't doing that last year. I don't know. I was really just digging for anything.
Yep.
Moral of the story: I think we are still screwed this week against SMU. I know they're playing their backup quarterback because Preston Stone wasn't good. But they score the ball way too much, and the only way we can win this game is if we keep them to around 20 points.
The only two things. The only player that really stuck out to me last game was Quindarius Jones, number 16. I believe he's a redshirt freshman cornerback. The dude's 6'2", $190. He looks bigger than that. He looks taller than that. And he was very impressive. I think he had like back-to-back plays where he just clamped, and it was like down the field shots, and he got PBUs, which was good to see. So like that young movement is coming in. And then the other thing just on this game, and this is really all I have to say about it, I did take Cal to cover plus 5.5, and everyone was shitting on me in Buffalo. We're sitting at the cottage, watching it all around the TV, and I had a big bet because up there the sports books are sick and they're all legal. So I got like a $100 bonus bet, all this other shit. So I had a big bet, I think, on Cal plus 5.5, and then I had a big bet on Noles money line, which basically the Noles money line bet was my bonus bet, and both of them hit, which was pretty sick. So like it could not have gone more perfectly for me. I picked exactly how much we were going to win by, which was awesome. So that was cool. Like didn't excite me at all. Like our season's over, so like what's the point even at the, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But yeah, that's my take on the Noles. And
I just think going into this week, it's like we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won, but it didn't do anything for me. Like we won, and I didn't even stand up off my couch. I didn't move. I didn't react at all to anything we did that entire game.
Right.
I have to admit, I turned off the game after third quarter. I was really bored.
It was boring.
I wanted to go watch some Netflix.
Yeah, it's so. Now that the hammer is in the chat,
let me do a little introduction here, folks. We can't quite hear the hammer yet, but folks, for the second week in a row, we have the hammer in the building. He's back to make his picks.
You boys got me.
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah,
we got you now.
From what I heard, he's got some good stuff lined up. He was saying he's been sitting on these all week.
It's really been just waiting for the opportunity. I'm glad we hit it a little later this week. Give everybody time to get all the jits in.
He ran the models. Exactly. He knows what he wants.
Yep.
I ran the models, but yes, sir.
Real quick. We can keep it casual here, folks.
Countdown.
Pee break.
That was a countdown, baby.
That happened. You sound much better, Tucker.
Thank you, sir.
So, and you look much more handsomer this week than you did last week.
Yeah, I tried to get my lighting up. I probably had my hat in my way, but
you're fine.
That's probably better.
So where were we? We are transitioning to NFL.
Yeah. Well, real quick, I will say I jumped on the hate train a week late, of course. So I don't know if that makes you guys feel any better. I just like $20 on Cal or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
For a while, I was like, bro, they're gonna win this game easily. If I remember correctly, it was like Cal just couldn't score the ball after like the first quarter. So I don't remember, but yeah, it was scary. But
Josh Farmer,
we don't have to talk about it, obviously.
Going back to FSU, sorry. I
No one
lied.
cares.
Quindarius Jones and Josh Farmer. Josh Farmer has really come on the past 2 games. I think he has like 4 or 5 sacks over the past 2 games, but not going down a rabbit hole there. Those are our 2 best
Where
players.
the hell is Hakeem Williams?
Let's
what
not
the
do it.
fuck has he done
Let's
all
not
year?
do it. We suck. We know.
Just saying.
We know. So right here, I'm going to take note. I'm going to try and do like a little montage of the Buffalo trip here just to set the vibes up a little bit.
Nice.
But God, dude, I mean, the Jags, like, I was sad about the Noles. I did not expect the Jags to make me feel so sad
Yeah.
3 games into the season.
Yeah. I mean, not only are you sad sitting on the couch, but respectfully, you got to pull up to Buffalo and just take it straight to the face. There's nothing really else. I'm sure they're honestly, because I remember, I feel like at that point, the fans just have to feel bad for you at some point during the game, did they not?
So, no, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, wow. Oh, no. You set the tone?
There were
set the
9 of
tone in
us, okay?
Buffalo.
There were 9 of us.
Yeah.
And, you know,
You were on TV, but you were on TV, by the way.
Really?
I did. Yeah, me and Charlie were talking about it that night.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Well, luckily what I'm about to say was not on TV. So I'll just want to tell y'all a little story real quick. So basically, halftime hits, or I think about 5 minutes until half hits. And myself and another person I was with, I'm going to keep names completely out of this story just for their own personal image. We go to the bathroom, okay? We wait for a little while. We go pee. It was a great pee. Lots of, Labatt blue lights flowing through my veins. And so we go pee, we exit the bathroom, we go to the concession stand, we get a dog, we get another beer. I get the dog down before we even get back to our tunnel to get to our seats. And we hear the crowd roar, and we look up at a TV in the concession way. Oh my God, touchdown with like 7 seconds left in the half. So myself and the other person I'm with look at each other and we go, "Do you want to leave?" And so we left. We walked out. We went to the bar down the street. We got some Buffalo wings and we got some beers. And at that point, it was like 35 to 3 or something. It was just out of hand. It was ridiculous. And let me preface, great vibes with the Buffalo fans around me. Just excellent vibes. Like, could not have been cooler. We were kind of like talking shit, but being funny about it. And so the boys, the other 7 people come and meet us at the bar, basically got in a gigantic fight with an off-duty officer and all of his meathead friends, and they were sitting right in front of us, and they were jacked, dude. They were gigantic, dog. And there was this one chick too. She was like 5'2", but not an ounce of fat on her body. Like classic, like sort of an attract, huh?
Classic physique.
Yes,
competition.
Like would be attractive if she wasn't like the Hulk Hogan of women. And so that happened, like huge fight. One person I was with ended up punching another person I was with, to de-escalate the situation.
Friendly fire?
Huh?
Like a friendly fire?
Friendly fire, because he told this other person, if you don't shut up, I'm going to punch you in the face. To like prevent, because they were going to get killed. No. They were going to get killed. Like they were going to get jumped and killed.
Oh, yeah. I think that's the move there. I think shutting up is the move.
It was an off-duty cop that they were beefing with, so nothing would have happened. They would have got their...
Yeah.
Lost him. He's stuck like that.
This is on him, right?
Yeah.
There
You could be the thumbnail. Okay, you're back. So you said the off-duty
did we
officer,
freeze?
nothing would happen. Yeah, you're good. Right back to it.
So, friendly fire.
Yep.
They got out of there. Then they show up to the bar, and the person that got punched in the face and another person start beefing. The person that originally got punched in the face open hand punched someone else in the face. And it was just like classic down bad. And no, I was not involved in any of this because I left.
Dude, I'm just trying to think of the group, and I'm like,
it was not. It was
just
not.
trying to picture Camber smacking the shit out of Duffy.
It was not.
And then Duffy.
It was
But
not
who would be talking
anyone.
Schmidt?
It was not anyone in the boys, like in
Duffy, you
the
would've weeped
crew.
by
It
the
was
way.
not. It was outside of that. The original friendly fire executor was in the boys. You can probably guess who it was. Maybe not.
Can you give me like a sprinkle of just a name, like a nickname or something?
future U.S. Army soldier.
Okay, yeah.
And so that happened basically. Like, as down bad as you could be about the game, then you add on friendly fire and a bar fight where someone in our group gets kicked out because of a bar, not a bar fight, but like a smack.
Perfect though.
Just, otherworldly, just craziness. Then we hop in, we took taxis to and from the game. Hop in the taxi. I immediately am out like and
Of course.
I wake up and I'm all of a sudden just in the living room. Everyone's like yelling at each. It was just crazy. It was crazy. I go upstairs.
You fell asleep in taxi. And woke
immediately.
Up in the living room.
I go upstairs. I'm in my boxers, and then I wake up and I'm like, bro, these guys just need to like give it up. Like, we're all homies here. It was just the two original friendly fire guys going at it, and I come downstairs and they're like in the living room yelling at each other. And then I just come downstairs and I'm in my boxers and like my beer guts kind of hanging out. And I'm just pointing at everyone. I'm like, you're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb. And then I just go back upstairs. And that was that. We woke up the next morning. Everyone was loving on each other. It was beautiful. Like, just as down bad as you can get as a fan in a fan base.
It sucked.
So just,
That
I had
seems-
to tell that
yeah.
story. It was too awesome not to leave out, and that needs to be documented forever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we suck, dude.
Yeah.
That's that.
That seems
Sorry
like
for
the
long
vibe
run.
of Buffalo, though. I will say
It was.
And thank you for that story, but that
Yeah.
just seems the videos and pictures I saw. It's like, I feel like if you go there and you get bent over like that, you got to fight within your friend group, or
You can't fight
somebody
the
else.
opposing
So,
fan.
Dude,
Exactly, you
on
gotta
TV,
choose
like
one.
Yeah.
every play, they would just find like a sad Jaguars fan and zoom in on him. It was horrible.
It was bad, dude.
They had a field day on ESPN talking about us.
I'm
too.
sure.
Like, I had to
Yeah.
mute the TV. It was.
Are we even gonna start with that? Like, are we just gonna go with the Jags right now and get it over
Let's
with?
just do it.
I mean,
Let's
like,
just rip the
do
band-aid
it.
yeah,
off.
I think it's quite comical. You
yeah.
paid money
Yeah,
to go to
well,
that
no,
game.
that it was more of a trip, though.
It
The
was
trip
epic,
a vibe.
dude. We went to Niagara
But-
Falls. We were at a sick
Yeah.
cottage on Lake
Roll the
Erie. Like,
clip.
it was a great
True.
It
trip,
is sad though.
but sad. Yeah, roll the clip.
Yeah.
But
But I'm gonna be honest. So Tuesday mornings for my job, normally I have to wake up around like 4:15, leave
Yep.
my house at like 5, and go and drive like an hour 45 minutes. So I didn't even watch the second half. I just woke up and just experienced it. And the only thing I woke up to was I saw Brian Thomas Jr. 8 targets. And I lived with it. And I
Yeah.
just looked at the score and I said it makes sense. And then honestly, my immediately, no diddly, I just thought of you guys up there. And I was like, fuck.
yeah,
So
Yep.
that was really all I had on the game. I mean, am I surprised it was that bad? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it did everything fulfill itself that we all basically said last week about Island time and like not looking like you care and just like no leadership and whatnot.
It
So,
did.
I mean, there's nothing new. Really.
Classic.
It's pretty simple.
Classic Jinxper, classic Camber Pramuka, classic Jinxper. We start the game off. It's raining. We're all drunk. We're sitting next to each other. He leans over to me and he goes, dude, Vegas has us plus 180. This is going to be a close game. I mean, if Vegas is doing that, it's going to be a real close game. An hour later, we're down fucking 4 touchdowns, Camber. What are you doing? Stop talking. Camber we need to sew his mouth shut when it comes to our favorite football teams.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the most effortless offensive performances I think I've ever seen.
Insane.
Like, I swear they scored, like, in the first half when I watched, like, 2 or 3 touchdowns where, like, guys were not even touched.
No.
I know.
No.
But the bad thing is it looked like they were covered, but it was just, like, the worst coverage I've ever
Dude,
seen.
we were just chasing them around all game. And we were playing, like Shakir and Keon Coleman, like, love the guy, but still, like, slow receivers, like, and we were 5 yards behind everyone. Shout out to Damar Hamlin. We got him his first interception.
Let's go.
So thank you, Trevor. Thank you for that, Trevor. I'm glad you did that for Damar.
Yes. The ambulance.
You're a good man. You are a good man, Trevor.
Trevor Lawrence
I
threw
don't want to talk about
the
it.
first interception to someone who has died and come back to life.
Yeah.
Just putting that out.
He's a record setter. I will say on that pick, we had corner more end zone than corner seats, and on that pick, the Jags' back was to us, so had a perfect view. Brian Thomas Jr. running from left to right across the field.
It looks so elegant.
And I will say, like, obviously for me being just a semi-athletic, white boy, like intramural wise, I mean, those dudes are moving fast out there. Like, there's not a chance in hell I'm hitting Brian Thomas Jr. on that crosser. Not 100 times out of 100 I'm missing that and probably throwing a pick every time. But that's as open gets in the NFL, and Trevor Lawrence is, one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. Like, you got to hit that. But I will say, just from like a perspective standpoint, that like there's no easy throw in the NFL. Like, just I saw it happen in live motion, and it's how quickly they move and how fast you have to make that decision. Just impressive that there are good games that quarterbacks have. It's very impressive.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know, I get what you're saying, but
that pick was terrible, dude.
I don't even know what that means.
Like, that pick was
I'm not defending him.
All right, I was about to say,
I'm not defending him at all.
I mean, that is a wide open layup with nobody on behind you.
Oh.
Like, that's easier to throw than like a slant.
No, let me just be very clear.
It's just...
I'm out on Trevor. I'm out on the Jags as a franchise. I have no expectations. I'm numb to it. I'm basically repeating myself what I said after 3 weeks of Florida State.
So
I'm out, and that probably means we're going to win this week, which is a good thing. But
hammer the Jags.
Hammer the Jags.
I'm going back to what I don't know who asked the question last week about could we ever win a Super Bowl with Doug Peterson and Trevor, and is Trevor going to win an MVP? Hell no, and hell no. Last week I was like, oh, maybe one day, Trevor. I don't know. As long as Patrick Mahomes is in the league, hell no. He's nowhere close. Jaden Daniels looks like a better freaking quarterback than Trevor right now, and he's been in the league for 3 games with the Commanders.
Correct.
So, Trevor, do I think we can have winning seasons? We can go to the playoffs with Trevor. Yes, we can do all those things, but we're not winning a freaking Super Bowl with Trevor Lawrence. And I don't know. We just don't like being good.
Look, the honesty, if I was being a complete honest human right now, it would just be the only reason I would say yes to that is just like pure hope.
Yeah.
And desperation. It would be based on nothing that I've seen. Even the stretch where he played like great, like it wasn't like he was that wasn't like top 3 great or top 5 maybe. Like he probably finished the back half of the season as a solidified like top 10 guy.
He was efficient
that year.
He wasn't a game changer.
But it's just I honestly don't even want to talk about this.
Let's move off of the Jags completely.
I don't think anybody wants to hear about it.
They have that at minus, I think, 5.5. Wait for the locks of the week.
Now.
Yeah, line move back.
6.
We'll get into that. Let's jump right into it. Let's go Rolly Hut Hammer of the week. Tucker, what do you got for us this week?
All right, so we gotta touch on last week a little bit.
Yep.
I had the Cards. Obviously to start off with an L to begin with was rough, and then we had the Cowboys and T-Dub. Obviously, kind of had the Ravens there. He came back, and then we had the Steelers, which obviously ended up looking great. Kind of saw that one pretty well. One big play, and that was really it. What it came down to, Herbert being banged up. But this week, I'm confident in it too. It's just scared because I did it last week, but I'm going back to the well. I'm going Cardinals minus 3.5 against the Commanders.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it is a 3.5, so that's a little gross. But the Commanders back-to-back away games, having to go basically across the country, rookie quarterback. I think the Cardinals showed a lot in the second half of that game, which is why I was so confused. They held the Lions scoreless in the second half of that game. They also had a pick six that got called back for the 2-minute warning, I guess, in the first half, which threw everything off. But I think the Cardinals defense really showed something. No points in the second half versus the Lions. I think with this rookie, he's going to come back to earth a little bit. I mean, I really like what they got going on. Don't get me wrong, but I'll just pick Kyler over Jade in this situation. I think they'll have better weapons. I think the defense, Jonathan Gannon, he knows what he's doing. I think he's got a good track record. I think he gets those guys playing hard, and so does Dan Quinn. But so I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a hard-fought, high-scoring game, I want to say.
Yeah.
And, I just trust Kyler here to make a play, make one or two more plays. I think Jaden's going to fall in and make a mistake here soon. I mean, it's going to happen. Way he runs, the way he throws. I think a pick and a fumble, maybe both, is bound to happen. And I think that mistake, along with Kyler and James Conner and Marvin, making one extra play, I'm going back to the well, baby. I'm pretty confident in the Cardinals again this week.
Love it. Is that it? Is that all you got?
That I'll come back around. I think we can hit anything you guys got, maybe one or two more, and then I got one or two more I can hit on a little bit.
Right, but that's the Rolly Hut Hammer. That
is the Rolly Hut Hammer. That is it.
That's what we're here for.
That's the second one. That's what we're here for. We're looking to come back 1-1. The goal is to just be over 500 with this.
There you go. I think you keep it to one Rolly Hut Hammer. I think that's what your calling card is.
One Rolly Hut Hammer. That's what it is. And then just like Dave Portnoy, one bite, everybody knows the rules. I'm still going to throw in one or two at the end.
Of course, you got to bite the crust a little bit. So
exactly.
Awesome. Well, I like that pick. I'm also a Cardinals lover this year. But
I love them.
Let's kick it over to Philly boy here. What do you got for us this week, T-Dub?
Sorry. All right. Well, based off last week, I knew the Colts would win. That's a W. Took the Saints spread minus 2.5. That didn't hit because the Eagles quite possibly show that they have the best defense in the world on Sunday.
Potentially.
Jalen Hurts is complete dog shit. Yes. Played like dog shit. But our defense is incredible. Ravens -1 beat the Cowgirls. That hammered all the way. Arizona moneyline, that loss. That's on the hammer. My dog is barking. He needs to shut up. This week I got Jets moneyline. They beat the Vikings. The Vikings are not legit. I saw that in the thing. They're not legit. Let's not even go down there. Bengals moneyline. They beat the Ravens this week. Bounce back week. They haven't won a game this year. It's happening this week.
Picking for next week.
Yeah. That's where we're at right now.
Shit, is that
where we're at right now?
I was like,
is that
Jets,
really?
Vikings, interesting. That might be a
not
week
for this Sunday.
No, it's for next week.
Fuck,
I was like, because Jets play the
Vikings?
Broncos. The Jets are like,
I was like, the Vikings play the Packers.
He's ahead of himself, folks.
Shit, I've had a couple drinks.
All
right, I'm gonna mute myself.
I'm gonna
mute myself. Dial up my picks, and then I'll get back to you.
We'll circle back to him. I'll take it from here, though, Tyler. Thank you for predicting the double feature there.
Hey, dude, next week though, I like to look ahead.
Yeah. I love it. So much is going to change, though, in a week. That's how the NFL goes. But, all right, for me, NFL, I had an abysmal week in the NFL. I am 2-7, I think, overall so far with my picks in the NFL. I had the Chargers covering, 1.5 against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, if the Cardinals are my team I love this year, Pittsburgh is the team I think is completely fucking fraudulent. I think Justin Fields sucks. I stand by that. Stand by, though, however. Obviously Jags, I had them +5. And then I had, the Rolly Hut Hammer of the week. I rode hard. Pause. And I had Arizona, +3 against Detroit. Didn't happen. This week, I'm looking to go 3-0, erase what happened last week. I really think it's going to happen. So, Jags at Houston. I'm taking Houston -5.5. Last week, I bet Cal +5.5. Guess what happened? The Noles won. So I'm fading the Jags. I don't think we're going to win this week, but I do think maybe we cover. But anyways, Houston -5.5. Lock of the week. Put it in there. Buffalo at Baltimore. I've got the Bills covering +2.5. I mean, I don't know how that line is so tight other than, I guess the Ravens might just be really good. I don't know. I think the Bills look absolutely phenomenal, obviously. So I've got them +2.5. Then Pittsburgh at Colts. Okay. Listen, I didn't bet the Cardinals this week, but I am betting the Steelers, right? Even though I hate them as a team. So, one, we need this for the Jags. We need the Colts to lose. And we need them to lose convincingly. Therefore, Pittsburgh to cover. But the back end, it's not the backdoor cover. It's the backdoor reverse jinx, okay? Because I want Brendan to shut the fuck up. He won't stop talking about, ooh, Justin Fields. Ooh, Steelers, best defense ever. Dude, just shut up. They're not that good. They're just not. Justin Fields sucks. They have no playmakers on offense. They're not a good team, but I have them to cover 2.5 against the Colts. Those are my locks of the week. Rhino?
Yeah, so last week I did not. Honestly, I had a great day in college, but did not have a good day when it came to the NFL. Didn't hit on the Bears. Eberflus sucks. Caleb Williams will not be a great quarterback in the league until Eberflus is gone.
They got to make a decision quick there. I agree, Rana.
He's a defensive-minded head coach, and it shows he makes stupid play calls. He's just not a good coach, and that's not a good one for what's his head to develop. Bad bet on the Bucks. I thought the Bucks were. I still think the Bucks are legit. I actually think the Bucks could beat Philly this week. Shout out T-Worth. I think the Bucks are a good team. They had a bad week last week. It sucks. I think they bounce back this week. But that's not one of my locks. And then I had the Chiefs. The Chiefs did cover. So shout out Patrick Mahomes. This upcoming week, holy shit. You cannot make that up. This upcoming week, I'm going with the Cardinals too. Tucker and I were sort of talking about it. The Cardinals are just the better team here. They're going to be able to run the ball. Commanders are on a short week. They're all hurt. Tuck's counting the racks he's going to put on this game. My second one, I'm going Browns versus Raiders. I'm taking the Browns -1. Max Crosby and Devontae Adams are not playing. I think the Browns are going to come back and win. It also make me more sane for that loss that the Jags had. And then my last one, Andrew, I'm going opposite here. I think the Ravens cover -2.5 versus the Bills. The Bills are way too comfortable. After beating the Jags, they play dink and dunk offense. That's not going to work against the Ravens' good defense. The Ravens are going to be able to run the shit out of the ball too. It's a primetime game in Baltimore, and this is a must-win for the Ravens. So I'm going Ravens -2.5.
I think we can settle here a little bit so Andy, you have Bills 2.5, and Rhino, you got Ravens -2.5, obviously. So, yeah, I kind of like this game. I like it a lot. Obviously, it's just going to be an insane game to watch. I mean, what a fun game. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
It's going to be awesome.
But it's just so hard to make a decision there for me because it's like I'm kind of off the Ravens. I don't think they've done anything to, like, really impress me. They've done more things to, like, turn me off than, like, really think they're a great team. But then you look at the Bills and you look at the teams they beat. they really haven't done anything great either. So I don't have. I think one of these teams is obviously going to be good, and if I had to choose, I would pick the Bills. But like you said, Rhino, I just don't think the Bills have warmed up yet to what Kansas City has already gone through, or to what the Ravens have already gone through playing Kansas City,
which is Kansas City.
Don't get me wrong. If the Bills win this game, they're legit. I think they are legit already, but like they're good. They're really freaking good if they can go into Baltimore and win this.
Did the Bills get better trading Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis?
I just think
that's the crazy thing.
What's going on
but that's like crazy.
Yeah. But look, I mean, it's the same thing the Chiefs did. I mean, there's a lot of teams in the past that have got rid of kind of a big receiver.
You want to know why?
Fill other positions. Because they have an elite quarterback that can raise the level of what's around them.
Are we calling Josh Allen elite in this podcast?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah. He's number 2, and it's not even.
Dude, Josh Allen makes shit happen. Like he's a good quarterback.
Number 2, it's not even.
Make shit happen.
If you put Josh Allen on the Eagles, how do the Eagles look right now?
Worse than they do now.
You are out of your freaking mind. No way.
I'd never go against the guy. I can't go against. I can't. Yeah, but I can't go against him.
All right.
But what about? I think if you put Josh Allen on the Ravens, they would have done more. I think Josh Allen's a better quarterback than Lamar.
Put Josh Allen
Lamar
on the
Jackson,
Jags.
the reigning MVP of the National Football League.
Last year was a fraudulent MVP award.
It was.
Brock Purdy was second. Fraudulent.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like that game. I'm really excited for that game. Hey Matt, can we hit on the Steelers game a little bit?
Sure.
I do, because I really like it. I've hit the Steelers twice.
I like the Steelers too.
I've hit them twice.
I went against them
this week.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason is it's just that number, man. It's just like, why is it -2? Obviously, it's just a little weird.
It is.
It's a little
fishy.
I think a lot of big money is on the Colts. I think a lot of the Jits are going to be on the Steelers.
And that's okay. That's okay.
It is okay.
I want that to happen, you know?
Yeah, I mean...
This is a win-win.
It is. And I like the Steelers there. I just feel like I've hit the well enough already to where I can like lay off it and not be upset. But
correct.
I agree. I like the Steelers a lot. Their defense, like Duffy says, is absolutely insane. Mike Tomlin's a G. And Anthony Richardson right now, like, let's be real, it's obviously, I think he has a 49% completion percentage. It's literally me in NCAA 14, but the difference is I have 789 passing yards and 11 touchdowns. It's the new NCAA.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It will be a weird one though. So
I hate Justin Fields is what I hate. I can't explain it. It's his throwing motion. It makes me want to gag every time I see it.
I understand. The hitchy hut is it's this piece.
Yeah. And
that piece.
To me, he brings the ball back.
Yes,
and then it just
right there.
It hangs out. It hangs out for a second, you know?
It does. But I like how Arthur Smith is actually running the offense. I mean, it's kind of working because their defense is actually good.
Yeah.
This offense never worked in Atlanta because they would always be losing, so they could never just do what they wanted to do.
Right.
It fits with Mike Tomlin's identity, but at the end of the day, like, that Steelers, like, it's like, who knows? Maybe, the running backs are making the comeback. Like, maybe this type of... You don't give up the big play and you control the clock. Like, who knows? I really think we could look up in the Steelers. If they win this game, they're 4-0. I mean, they could be 8-3 before we even know it.
The unfortunate part about the Steelers situation too is that they are perennially just so damn good, or at least like average. They're never a bad team, or maybe they are, but they just find ways to win gritty games. So they're always picking anywhere from 17 to 23 in the first round. I guarantee if they had a top 10 pick, they're going to get a quarterback after this year, even if Justin Fields has a decent year. But guess what? They're going to have to give up a lot of draft capital to do that. They might just ride out with Justin Fields and be a 9 or 10 win team for the next 3 years.
Knowing Mike Tomlin, I think he loves Justin Fields. I think if the Steelers can hover 500, or even if they make the playoffs, I think Justin Fields is going to get a Baker Mayfield 3 years. Yeah, 90 million, 60 guaranteed, whatever, something like that. I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, same. It's interesting. So, Tyler, did you figure out some locks here on a short notice, bud?
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why.
No,
I
you
did
were
that.
doing next week's notes and got them mixed up with this week because you're just looking ahead. We all do the same. Yeah.
Obviously, Eagles money line. We go into Tampa and absolutely redeem ourselves after the playoff
Money
game
line
last
at minus
year.
1.5. Why don't you just take the?
Got to take the spread if they're favorites there, T-Worth.
I mean, jeez.
No, boring.
We're gonna take it at minus 180. What is that? 125. I mean, it's not bad.
Money line. You guys are talking about the Steelers a lot. They're honestly really boring. I took the Colts. I hate the Steelers. I think Pittsburgh is a wasted space in America. It's in the middle of Pennsylvania, the armpit of Pennsylvania. Nobody cares about Pittsburgh. They say yins instead of you or y'all. It's the weirdest shit ever. Their food sucks.
I did not know that.
Yins.
Yeah, how yins doing? Like,
Ugh, that is
okay.
Is that
gross.
another pronoun, perhaps?
University of Pittsburgh is one of the worst institutions in the country. Anyway, so I took Colts money line. I think the Colts are actually pretty decent this year. I don't know why.
They have a good defense.
I like the Colts. I don't know why, what it is. I don't have like a love for Anthony Richardson. I think he's decent. I don't think he's good, but he's young.
I think the Colts defense sucks, personally. Sorry, carry on. But yeah, I agree they are.
No, all good.
Rough luck.
I also took I think the Bears get a win this week. I think they beat the Rams.
What?
I think this is. I was honestly like pretty impressed with Caleb Williams' game.
Yeah. Honestly, I will.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
I will talk on that too. Like, Eberflus was like, yeah, Caleb Williams threw 3 interceptions. Like, and he was like, we can't turn the ball over. They threw the ball freaking 52 times. Like,
Yeah, I feel like that was the game that the Bears were just like, all right, fuck it, just go out there and do whatever the fuck you want.
Yep.
And like, they lost that game, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they played the Colts. They lost that game.
It was disgusting.
But like, still,
They had
like,
so
I
many
was
chances.
still,
They
I
had
was
so many
still
chances.
like low key impressed. I was like, well, like, maybe it was like a test week for the Bears. It's so early in the season. They're like, all right, we did our first 2 weeks. Third week, we'll just let them go out there and fuck around. And now they can come back this week, draw up what they really want to do with them, and go out there and beat the Rams this week. I handily think that the Bears have the best defense in the league. I also took. You're giving me a weird face. The Bears defense is legit, dude. Took Bengals money line. Obviously, why not take it? It's free value. They're gonna beat the Panthers. Panthers suck. Andy Dalton's weird.
What are we doing? What are we doing right now? We have to pause this. What are we making a parlay of like 12 teams?
No, I
That's a
do
good-
5 picks. I bet on all the slates.
Good pick, Tyler.
And
Minus 215.
minus
money
210,
line.
yeah.
It's hey,
Send it,
you
bro.
guys are losers. Andrew's
20 to win.
2-7.
Got to take the spread if they're a favorite, you dingus.
That's wild.
I'm a money line better, and
riding
it
that.
clearly
I'm
works
riding
out
that,
for me.
Tyler.
This is a
Yeah, I'm
fraudulent
riding.
ranking.
I'm in.
This is a fraudulent record you're keeping.
It's not. It's winning. It's money in your pocket. Lions money line. They beat the Seahawks this week.
All right.
Anything else?
That's
Anything else,
another
Steve?
one.
I like it.
All right, shout
Yeah,
out
those
to
are probably
I don't know.
locks, but
shout out Tyler.
yeah, shout
When
out
everybody
to them.
wins money off those bets, they'll be thanking me. Well, you guys are just sitting on your asses betting the fucking Cardinals.
All right. Hey,
That's fine.
That's fair.
$50 to win
that is fair.
54. It's a steal.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, let's cut it off there with football talk. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. Let's get right to the folks' favorite portion of the show. Let's get to the Q&A, folks. Coming up, number one,
this part.
Will Mormon back with another question.
Wow.
He
What are the odds
says,
it's about FSU?
sports is depressing. So here's a random off-the-jeeb type
Oh.
question. If you knew you were going to die in the next few hours, what is the one activity you would do before you went out? Ignore friends and family relationships. What's the one thing you would want to do?
can't
Mine,
say
I
it
think,
on
would be a hole in
air.
one. I think that's a pretty good
Yeah.
with, I guess, but if you can't have any friends there, I mean, I don't know. But that was just the first thing I thought of.
But
I think
it's
a
not
hole in one
guaranteed you're
would
getting
be
a hole in
valiant
one.
way to go out.
It's not guaranteed.
Well, I guess I guess, and then if it is guaranteed, is it even considered
Right.
a hole in one? So
Right.
this is a whole nother yeep thought to get into,
Right.
which is a whole
I know.
another multiverse question.
We could stand
this
here
is a
for-
multiverse question when you break it down.
I know. For 4 hours and consider that scenario. I'm going more along the lines of like an activity that I can like pay to go do, and it's probably golfing at Augusta. That would be I would figure it out. I would sneak on if I had to and just go golf and get arrested.
Just go with T-Dub.
Yeah, there you go.
Media day, Monday.
There you go.
After Augusta.
I'm pulling up. I'm going to pull up and be like, yo, I know T-Dub. He said I could get on.
Perfect. Rhino?
I missed the question.
What is if you were going to die in a few hours, what would be the one activity you go and do?
No family or friends involved.
I'm taking a flame to the Gator Stadium.
You're
Secretly.
you're suicide bombing the Gator
arson.
Stadium?
No, not suicide bombing.
Are you arsoning or are you?
I'm
vehicularing?
the
a
Gator
flame.
Stadium. Yeah.
So you're
Not
going
suicide.
on a mass arson fest.
I like it. Weird coming from Rhino there, but I love it.
Dude, the big arsoner.
Yeah.
That could be his new name. The arsoner.
The arsoner.
Watch out.
T-Dub?
Watch out.
The arsoner of the week.
It's a day, right? You get a day.
It's a few
Sure,
hours.
buddy.
I'd probably just go to Vegas and fucking
Honestly,
ball
that's
for
a
like.
good one,
Yeah.
too. Yeah, it's
a
probably
great
the
one.
best one.
Just spend all the money I have in my bank account, which
I would
wouldn't
just
take
get
long.
as hammered as possible, have as much fun on the craps table as I can, and do some other fun things that probably
love
can't
it.
say on air.
Yep, I agree with you. Moving forward,
Good question.
ZB3 with a pair or a few pairs of questions. First, will the Jags? We're gonna make this yes or no answers from the cast here. Okay. First, and I'll start, and then we'll go in a circle. Will the Jags ever have a Patriots-like run? If so, will Trevor and Doug P be a part of it? No.
No.
No, not Doug P.
No chance in
Yeah,
hell.
there's only been one Patriots run ever. The answer is no. Simple.
It's safe to say FSU and the Jags overpaid for their QBs. Will we ever see a good return on investment for either team? No.
No.
Florida State, yes. Jags, no.
I'm gonna do the opposite. I think Trevor will be a Pro Bowler 1 year soon. I think that's.
Don't disagree with you, Tucker. I kind of like that, but I just hit the quick no.
Yep.
Will Brock Glenn ever get a chance this year at QB? Yes.
No. No.
Whoa.
No.
I think DJ tears both ACLs against Clemson, and Brock Glenn plays that game. And I hope he does. So
Let's say yes. Should have been 3 games ago.
I agree. Next. Funny. Are Dougie P and Press Taylor's butt buddies for life? Yes.
Yes.
1,000%.
All right.
Yeah,
Now,
I think that's correct.
yes, we're on
There
agreement
needs to
there.
be an investigation into sexual relations
There
in
does.
terms of Doug holding power over Press and
Such a
other
Jags
things.
thing to happen, too. You know, closeted affair going on.
Big scandal. Yeah, Doug's cheating on his wife with the offensive coordinator.
Yep. Beautiful. So, this is a very special. This is not a question. This is a comment from a first-time question commenter
Let's go.
emailer.
Thank you for your email.
This is from the Kohler Bear from the East Coast. This is Zach Costner writing into the show for the first time. He says, a story for the pod. Was sitting in the Inn and Club clubhouse yesterday. This was last Friday. Talking shit about how bad Trevor has been playing.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, looked over to my right, and Marissa Lawrence was sitting right there.
Oh,
Tough scene sent from my iPhone. That's epic.
Never mind.
It's deserved. I love that he did that. Of all the people that could do that, I love that it was Zach Costner.
100%. And you know what's funny? I told him this when he told me that story. Is like, dude, imagine if Trevor Lawrence was doing this in like New York or just, any, like even Buffalo or somebody, Philly. His wife wouldn't even be able to walk the streets.
Nope.
The
do you
things
think
that would be said,
Marissa's
like, oh
like
my God.
Yeah.
She is so beat.
Oh,
She might be one of the
not
ugliest females I've seen in a
Not
while.
that.
She looks like a mouse.
I was gonna say, like,
Sorry.
do you think she tells, like, just like she's like, yeah, you suck right now, Trevor. Like, what's going on? Like,
No,
Maybe she should.
She rubs his
probably
head
coddles him.
and looks at her checking account with $40 million in it and tells him she'll love him forever no matter what happens.
Dude, I was listening to a podcast, just a side note for Trevor, and it was saying, and it was like my favorite guy's name's John Middlecoff. I don't know if y'all listen to him, but he's like, Trevor is the type of guy where if you gave him the option to like look at the playbook and study a little bit more or go hit the golf course on a Friday afternoon, he's probably hitting the golf course. And I was like, bro, I've seen him on my golf course on a Friday afternoon. You're right.
Yep. It's
Next, we can go next. Yeah,
we could go down a whole rabbit hole there. I mean, and I just need to say this in case this pod ever blows up and Trevor, takes a peek and a listen and we get exposed 10 years down the road. I think Marissa Lawrence is beautiful. I think she's a kind lady. I think she's done a lot for the city. I'm excited for their kid to be coming down the road. I think, go to St. Paul's, build a community. I love them both very, very deeply, very much. Some of the best people. So moving forward, another question from Camber Pramuka.
Good story though from Kohler. Shout out to Kohler. Shout out.
Shout out for sure. So another question from Camber. Thank you for writing in. This one is interesting, and I didn't look at it before, but we have a comment and then we have a screenshot. So let's see. Should the Jaguars consider executing 15 of their players to trigger a disaster draft? Who's the one player that would for sure be part of your 15? For me, it's Cam Robinson currently. Context. He sent a screenshot from Wikipedia. The National Football League's contingency plan provides for both a near disaster and a disaster. A near disaster is defined as fewer than 15 players on a team being disabled, and a disaster is 15 or more.
We already have 15 or more players disabled on our roster.
That's a great point. No special draft would be held for a near disaster. The team would instead get preferential rights on any waivers until the end of the season. If a quarterback is among the fewer than 15 lost, the team would be able to draft up to 2 quarterbacks from all NFL teams with 3 available.
wow.
Each team would be able to protect 2 and the drafted quarterbacks from original teams in the following season. For a disaster, this is just great knowledge to have as an NFL fan, by the way. The commissioner would determine whether to cancel the team's schedule for the season. If the team season is canceled, the team would have the first pick in the next regular draft. A special draft would also be held in which each team would be able to protect 32 players. If not canceled, the near disaster procedures would be used. I mean, just excellent context there. Great information to have. Who would be my number one player I'd want to execute on our team right now? It would be...
I'll just say mine's the O-line. I'd stick all 5 of them in a singular row, have a intervention Modern Warfare 2 with FMJ attachment, and try to hit a quintuple collateral.
Yep.
Would be mine.
Yep.
And just respectfully.
I'm gonna go. God, this is so tough. I'm gonna go with Eric Armstead. He comes to the Jags.
Wow.
He comes to the Jags.
Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
He demands to play defensive end after we signed him, or else he's not going to play. And then guess what happens? Now he's a rotational defensive end. He hasn't done shit. He plays like 23 snaps a game. Shoot him in the head. I'm sick of it. Sorry. Oh God, I shouldn't have said shoot him in the head. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. It's all for funsies here. I didn't mean it, Eric.
It's all for funsies.
We're getting canceled for sure after this one.
Probably.
Yeah. This one's not making there.
Rhino?
Once SNL rewatches this when one of us is fried.
I'm trying to think of who. I'm probably going Cam Little. Hasn't been in Jacksonville long.
Nice. We're good.
We're never in field goal range.
Yeah, because we have to be inside the 30-yard line. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Cam Little. Interesting.
We could make do. We could make do.
Probably could. Yeah. Tyler, do you have anyone you'd like to execute on the Jaguars football franchise?
Go
Why don't
Birds.
you go Egrets?
Go Birds. Yeah.
It's obviously Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
I mean, or Big Dom for me. I'd kill Big Dom.
I'm a big Dom fan.
Yeah, you try to hop on his
Big
big
Dom.
Billist. Big
Anyway,
Dom, Capricorn.
James Bradbury, Darius Slay.
Dude,
they'll
that
be first.
underbite's nice.
You'll be first.
They'll be first. I don't know. Like, I kind of like my team.
That's a good
man.
answer.
Like,
That's a good answer.
I don't really feel that way about the Eagles. Like, I'm cool with like Smitty and AJ and like,
Yeah.
you know, like we got some dogs. Reed Blankenship, dude's a dog.
Yep.
White chocolate back there. Come
That's
on.
all right. You don't have 15 players you execute. We do.
Cooper DeJean's the best safety in the league.
In the league.
Cooper DeJean, yeah.
Nice. He's
Quinion
sick,
Mitchell's a dog. Yeah, no, probably. I would probably do two guys, and it would be James Bradbury and Darius Slay.
Fair enough. All right. Well,
They are terrible.
moving
at the game
on.
of football.
And again, just like sorry for saying shoot you in the head, Eric. I didn't literally mean it.
Yeah, honestly,
yeah,
I
really
don't have it
rude.
in me to kill our kicker. It's okay. We'll just be bad. When I said
I take back
welcome to
all of
Jackson.
my
I was talking about
comments.
a private match.
Welcome.
Yeah,
I take back all of my comments about Marissa Lawrence. You're a beautiful woman.
Yes.
It's too late, bro.
Let's settle this.
the fake news is gonna take those clips and not add any context to them, and we're gonna be fucked. All right, this
Go back
question
to the
is
Bears.
from Gabe Jarbo. Is it time to fire Doug Peterson? Yes, 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 and yes are
Next.
our answers. Moving forward, Jay Howell with another question here. Let me see. I got to thumb through it. Okay. Is J.K. Dobbins an underrated running back? Yes. But he was hurt. So, I mean,
Yeah, I think he's perfectly rated. I think if you ask anybody, is J.K. Dobbins a good running back, they're going to say the same thing. They'll be like, yeah, but like,
Yeah, we'll see how long.
I wouldn't even trade for him in fantasy. That's kind of what would be my like overall opinion is I don't think he's going to be able to keep up what he's doing, and I think he's in just a great offense to do it in. So we'll
Right.
see, though.
He's
I love
good,
him,
but
though.
he's not.
Sick
Yeah.
player.
yeah. And then the other question from Jay, I like this one. Is Shador Sanders overwatched or underwatched?
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Like overrated, underrated
Basically.
kind of thing.
Basically.
I lost all respect for Shador after his press conference about the O-line.
Is he overrated?
100%.
I don't think so.
He plays daddy ball, bro.
I think he's a good quarterback. I do.
I think
I-
I'd be interested to see him in a different situation. I'll say that. He
Yeah,
gets
that's
a
fair.
lot of excuses because his O-line can't block for anything. I think he's an asshole too. He's way too caught. I would never want the Jaguars to draft him ever in a million years. I think he's an asshole. But with that being said, like if he had a good O-line, like and he's playing against big SEC teams, I think I'd be interested to see how good he really is.
That's perfect
Yeah,
timing.
I think overrated is a simple way to put it. Just because I think if you just took away his last name, do I think people still talk about him as a quarterback that's draftable? Of course, he's definitely draftable. I think he's definitely draftable. I think he will be able to play in the NFL, but I think I just don't think he's got the mental side of the game at all. I think he has a little Andrew that you feel with Justin Fields. I think his throwing motion's way too long. I think fundamentally he just doesn't really have it. He's a decent athlete, but not good enough.
Not a good athlete. Not a good
exactly.
athlete.
He's not nearly close to like a Jaden Daniels or anything that people think. He's not even close to a scrambling quarterback. He's pretty good in the pocket, but I mean, he's more close, in my opinion, to Jared Goff than like a Jaden Daniels type guy. So
agreed.
I don't think he has any traits that stick out
With
to me
all
that would
my-
make him an elite prospect.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think he should be draftable. In my opinion, he should be like a third round,
Don't disagree.
maybe late second round. Like
He
Hendon
also-
Hooker was like
yeah.
a second round pick, and I think he's like, I remember him coming out of Tennessee, and that kind of reminded me of Hendon Hooker coming out. It's like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
With all that being
Whatever.
said, I am going to see him play tomorrow. So
You are?
nice.
You are.
Shout
That'll be
out.
lit. Rhino.
He gets bailed out by Travis, man.
Yeah.
Probably does a little bit, but
The
he
Jags
did-
drafting Travis though.
that would be interesting.
Does
That would be
Travis-
fun.
question.
Did you see the
Hey,
stuff
we
with
need
Richard
a-
Sherman and stuff where Richard Sherman's like he's sort of a stiff wide receiver or so? I forgot what he said, but he was like, yeah.
Listen,
he
the
wouldn't
one
make
thing I respect about Travis Hunter is he is a worker, dude. Like he grinds literally 24/7 just to like get his body right to play. That's translatable to
sober.
the NFL. You know, just that mindset, whatever position he decides to play. But I think this is the only way you can wrap up conversation about Colorado. Love it of this action right here. Come on.
Hey,
Hey.
this SoundCloud, right?
This might just be the outro right here. She.
This on SoundCloud. Hey. Every time.
All right, sorry. I just had to do it. Folks, that is perfect timing to wrap up the show. You see what I did there? It's a shorter episode, guys. We're keeping the streak alive. I was sick as a dog. We got the boys. A little round of applause for the boys to hop on
Look,
Friday
it's
night.
Friday night. Come on.
This is
Let's
what
rock.
we do. We are growing up.
What
We're
we do
maturing.
for you guys.
We're not kids anymore. We do podcasts and talk sports like idiots on Friday nights instead of having fun with our friends and potentially ladies. This is what we do. This is what we
Then
do.
I will proceed to play Xbox and eat Oreos.
I'm gonna
Like
play
a
some
grown man.
Minecraft
Damn good
tonight.
plan.
I'm down.
Yummy.
I'm
All
down
right,
at Big
go.
O.
let's hop on MC. All right, peace everybody. See you next week. See you in a few days. Bye.